I was feeling a little bit, I'm not going to say deflated, but yeah, a little bit down just because I wasn't very well yesterday when I went there, and I feel completely enthused now. Good morning, guys. I am off to Sandler training today, which is that sales training, or sales and management really training that I told you about before. In fact, I think you might have seen Andy in one of the previous vlogs. So starts nice and early to get going for the day. So we go from 8 o'clock till 11, and yeah, so that 3 hours. 8, 9, 10, 11, yeah, that's right. That 3 hours is a really good start to the day, and allows me to kind of get fired up and start thinking about something management related. So I will try and give you a lesson from my learnings today. I think it's about accountability today, but yeah, I might get that wrong. By the way, I'm feeling, yesterday I was off pretty much the whole day because I was so ill. I felt terrible, kind of one day man flu it was, very strange, but feeling a bit better now. So we're at a place called Woodbury, I suppose it's industrial units, I'm not sure. It's a really nice location. They're out sort of past, on the way to Topsham, out near Woodbury. Quite a good number of units here. Something you probably have gathered from these vlogs is that I'm really into personal development. Who am I to think that I know everything about everything? I don't. So I do invest quite heavily in kind of learning, and I think that's really important for any business owner, is to constantly evolve and adapt and learn new things. And this is a peer group, so it's a good chance to learn. Doing a session on accountability today. I don't know if you're going to hear this, the wind's really bad, but yeah, we're just learning about accountability, consequences, that kind of stuff, which is an area that I'm not very good at. So it's something that I'm going to do some takeaways. I'll do a little session later on this about some of the things I've learned, and hopefully pass on some tips. Awesome session with Andy today, really good. I was feeling a little bit I'm not going to say deflated, but yeah, a little bit down just because I wasn't very well yesterday when I went there, and I feel completely enthused now. So that's kind of benefit that sales management type stuff can have. So yeah, really really valuable. Going to take down some lessons now and hopefully pass them on. Alright guys, so I promised you that I would share some tips from today's Sandler session. I don't want to take anything away from Sandler. Sandler is an amazing organisation that is well worth investing in if that is the kind of thing that floats your boat. But occasionally, or in fact all the time, there's some sort of nugget that I take away. And actually one of my tips to you really is that if you're going to go on training sessions, try and take away 1 or 2 key points and ensure that you do that. Because if you write down too much, more often than not, you don't get it all done, and then it slips, and then you forget about it, and all these kind of things. So today, as I mentioned, it was all about accountability and how that you can instill that or put that into your business. And really, it's about 3 key things. So it's about setting goals, number 1. So having goals with your team, or objectives, or whatever you want to call it. Number 2 is having a system for working out how you're going to achieve those goals. So in Sandler terms, they call it a cookbook, which is really a set of things that you need, behaviours that you need to go through, and how many times you need to go through those on a weekly basis in order to achieve your goals. And that's really easy to put down as just a spreadsheet or something like that. And then number 3 is all about consequences, what happens if you don't hit those, but also what happens if you blow them out of the water. So those consequences can be both positive and negative. And then implementing that system with each of your team so that they're really clear on your expectations, the goals they're trying to achieve, and how they're going to be held accountable to those. So I really like that. Something I'm going to start to implement with my team. We have loose versions of that here at Optics, and there are differing levels of that depending on who the team member is and their seniority and stuff like that. So my intention now is to kind of get that into the business across the whole business, and I'm sure that's something that you would find valuable too. The other thing that I took away, which I'm definitely going to start doing with my direct reports, is this idea of a check-in and check-out at the beginning and end of a week. So the check-in is a very quick 5 minutes. Tell us a couple of things that you're going to do this week, both business and personal. Make them goals. And that's the kind of check-in and how can I support you in order to do that. So 5 minutes, quick call or face-to-face with your team. And then the check-out is a case of how have you done during the week, what could you do better next week, and again, how can I support you as your manager. So the check-in and check-out sounds really cool. It's something I'm definitely going to start doing because I don't do that enough, I must admit. And yeah, really looking forward to seeing what kind of impact that can have on the business. So it's a little bit of a borrowed lesson, shall we say, today. Thank you, Sandler. I hope that I'm promoting you well enough as well that you don't mind me doing this, but stealing your thunder, so to speak. And if this kind of thing is of interest to you, you really should look into systems or organisations like that for yourself. But yeah, for the time being, it's all about accountability. I intend to let you know how I get on with my staff on that. But for the time being, and until then, I'll see you next time. No, that you know, no.